What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Campbell. We're back with another video. First and foremost, if this is your first time on my channel, I just need you to do me a quick and simple favor. Please hit that subscribe button as well as turn on that notification bell where you're notified anytime that I drop some content. While you're at it, please leave a like down below. It helps the algorithm, it helps my channel continue to grow, and it pushes my content out in front of more and more people. If this isn't your first time on my channel, I just want to say welcome back to the trenches. It's your boy Demetrius reporting live, and I got some great content for y'all today. Now, first and foremost, man, I know some of y'all probably thinking, where have you been at, Meech? I know I've been going off the camera for a week and it feel like forever. Let me explain. Now, if you follow me on social media and you've been following me for a while, it's no surprise I disappear from social media quite frequently. Y'all see how my Twitter is. I tweet like once every 6 months, man. It be a bang. I be on Twitter though. If you go through my likes, you'll see that I be on Twitter, but I don't tweet. On my Instagram, I post maybe once a year. I do not post pictures. I rarely post on my story. You know, if you got me on Facebook, my Facebook is deactivated. I rarely post on Snapchat. This is why I don't promote my social media anymore. If you all want to follow me, then you're more than welcome to. But I have those random periods of time where I just disappear from the internet in general. And it's just one of those times where I did that. Now, me disappearing from YouTube was 1000% out of my control. One, I had gotten extremely sick, so I was unable to really speak, talk. I couldn't even really move out of the bed. And I was also unable to record. Also, I was having some weird issues with my computer. My computer randomly decided that it didn't want to charge up one day. So I went and bought a new charger for my laptop. The charger comes in and then my computer randomly starts working with the old charger. So yeah, just a waste of money. And I'm over here trying to preach to y'all about being financially savvy and making smart decisions with our money. And I'm out here throwing money away because I thought I needed a new charger and I didn't. So I am sorry to my audience. I will make that up to y'all. Y'all know we come out the gate swings anyways. You know, we upload a lot. And I needed that little break to just get ready mentally and emotionally, as well as let my body recover physically also. But I'm back. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 personal finance myths that need to be busted. Now, when it comes to personal finance, they're all myths that we've all heard of. There are myths that we've heard of in general in life. But when it comes to personal finance, there's also a lot of myths also that we're going to debunk today, and we're going to throw them out the trash, throw them out the window. And if you believed any of these myths before watching this video, for one, you're in the right place. I've just saved your life and just been able to change your whole world. 2, jump off a cliff because you're an idiot. Now, the first myth that we'll talk about is your savings account. In order to save money, you must have a savings account. Now, I've heard this countless times before. People think that if they put a fixed amount of deposits or a fixed part of their salary into their savings account, it's gonna magically just help them save money, right? No, let's just be honest. We gotta face the reality of the situation. We go into our banking accounts for numerous different reasons and different things, including even important things like buying a new cell phone because it's so important, right? Expenses have a funny way of eating up what was already available. And once we eat up what's already available in our checkings account, the money's just automatically transferred from our savings account into our checking account. So we continue to spend. Even for those rare people who keep their money in CD or FD accounts and they never actually touch it because it's like fixed in a sense, is that actually saving, or are you just not spending it because you're technically not allowed to? Effectively, when it comes to savings account, we're exchanging any real funds we have for safety in a sense. So all in all, if you actually want to save more money, you're gonna have to change your mindset, your thought process, and your goals and your dreams and your visions are gonna have to align with the personal choices that you're making day in and day out. Meaning that if your goal is to actually save money for a car, a new home, any big purchase that you're trying to make, then you have to understand that your day-to-day lifestyle goals and needs are gonna have to meet that, so that you're not making purchases that are eating up through your account, making you spend money. Second myth we're gonna debunk is a retirement plan before 40 is considered way too early to be thinking about retirement. Now, y'all know, if you watch my channel, this is totally cap. We've had like 1 or 2 different videos dedicated to simply talking about how to retire early. And we're talking even before 40, we're talking about being able to retire in your 30s. So if anybody thinks that, if you're thinking about retirement before the age of 40 or thinking about an effective retirement plan before 40 is being too early or too young, you know, you're very misled and very misinformed. When we think about retirement is actually not working because you have to, but working only if you want to. Not having that need to work or to have to bust your butt and slave to make ends meet or be able to pay certain bills or meet certain expenses. That's the meaning of what really working is. That's the reason why people really work. If there was no real need to work when people actually work. So you gotta think about it. Retirement allows people to work only if they want to. The whole ideology of retirement is no longer having to work. Freeing yourself of that mind state of saying, hey, I have to get up, I have to do this. You no longer just have to work. So what this means is the earlier you start investing, more and more likely it is that you can put yourself in a better position, a more optimal position to retire at a younger age and not have to work. Retirement doesn't necessarily mean that you just won't ever work again, but retirement means you will no longer have to work, because you have to think about it. If you're retiring in your 30s or your early 40s, then chances are you're probably going to be bored at some point in your life, and you might just want to get some little BS job just to pass time, or so you can have something to do or pursue things that you're more passionate about. So that's what I mean in terms of retirement. Even looking at Jeff Bezos, he stepped down as being the head honcho at Amazon just so he could pursue getting to outer space. Now, does that mean that he no longer is affiliated or working with Amazon? No, but he no longer has to anymore. That's not his primary goal or focus anymore. He's now pursuing and doing other things that he wants to do because he's a freaking billionaire and he can do that. The third myth we're going to talk about, this notion that you need a lot of money in order to invest. I hear people tell me, and people DM me on Instagram all the time saying, hey, I'm going to start investing when I have, X amount of dollars. So when you fill in that blank, it could be either $1,000 extra dollars, 10,000, or even 100K. It just depends on your goals and your needs and what you're thinking about investing. But nonetheless, it's not necessary in order to begin investing. Now, I've always told y'all, I personally would not go investing with my last. If I got $100 to my name, I don't find it very smart to go invest that $100 that you got. But then again, I'm not much of a gambler either, so you feel me? You can't really take advice. I'm all about taking calculated and smart risks. That to me just doesn't like a very calculated or smart risk. I say all that to get to the point of saying that there is no real minimum money or amount in the bank account required to actually start investing. Invest what you feel like. Even if you want to invest in Bitcoin, you don't need $50,000 in your bank account to start investing in Bitcoin. Granted, that might be the cost of one whole Bitcoin at the point of recording. If you only got $10 extra right now that you want to dedicate to Bitcoin, that's going to buy you some Bitcoin. And even if the price of Bitcoin goes up to $60,000, you're going to make some type of return on that original $10 deposit. So you always have to remind yourself of that. You don't need a shit ton of money to start investing. All you need is just do what you feel comfortable with and work with it from there. And if you feel comfortable with your investments and comfortable with where your money's going, then from that point you continue to invest more and more and more. You don't have to go all in head first the minute you begin investing. Just take your time, do your research, and make small investments that fit your financial goals, your needs, and what fits your bank account and your pockets. The fourth myth is, again, related to investments, stating that when people are telling you that investments are risky and that you'll pretty much just lose all of your money. Now, granted, there is some truth to that, but let's be real. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody just going completely broke from investing. Like, come on now, bro. If you're going completely broke from investing your money, something is terribly wrong. I don't personally see that possible. But then again, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying it is highly unlikely to happen. As humans, we have a natural tendency to fear the unknown. We want to go with what makes us most comfortable. I mean, it goes back to basic science and biology, homeostasis. We want to be in an environment that we're familiar with and that we're comfortable with. And so that causes us to fear the unknown because we fear being uncomfortable. We often hear stories that are widely exaggerated about people making investments, and it scares us. In a book I read called The Psychology of Money, the author often states that you pay a price for everything, nothing is free, which is extremely true. Ultimately, what that means is if we want our money to work hard for us, we have to understand the risk that we're putting into it and understand how much we're actually dedicating and allocating to that. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. First thing you have to do is understand the stocks, the cryptocurrency, the real estate, whatever that may be you investing in. You need to understand whatever market or field that you're going into, and then understand what the calculated risks are and associated with what you could possibly end up losing. And you also have to balance that out with what's the actual outcome, what you can actually win. You have to weigh those things out, weigh out the pros and the cons, and then you have to figure out what best meets your needs and what best works for you. But again, you can't worry about just going completely broke from investing. It's hard for me to believe that you're just going to go completely broke from investing. Then again, like I said, you can make some bad investments, but it's not going to just happen off a one-time thing. That's going to have to be a consistent pattern of bad decision making. You feel me? Like, that ain't something that's just going to happen overnight. And the last myth that I've heard often is you don't need an emergency liquidity, or you don't need emergency funds. You don't need rainy day funds in a sense. And I think the only people who say that are the people who don't have extra money around because they are terrible at saving money. Not because they're broke, only because these are just the people who are bad at saving money. If you're earning a steady monthly salary or you have a healthy savings account, then you should be familiar with a rainy day fund or an emergency fund. These are things that could cover expenses such as car troubles, problems with your home, emergency bills that may come up maybe with health or anything related to that, or even things that come with family. These are funds that you don't touch unless you're in a very tough or stressful situation. People who had rainy day funds or emergency funds allocated when the pandemic first hit at the beginning of 2020, those are the people who were able to survive that first wave and that tough, brutal hit that caught so many of us off guard. I think after the pandemic, we must realize that nothing is guaranteed and anything can happen at the drop of a dime. So with that being said, I think emergency funds are very extreme. They're just important, and I feel like there's not enough being taught or preached about having emergency funds, just having money set to the side so that we're not running into these crazy, uncomfortable situations. And that wraps up today's video, you know what I'm saying? It was a quick, easy video. We're just gonna talk about some myths and debunking some of these myths, and we kind of just tackle them head on. Now, if you found this video educational, informative, or entertaining in any way, shape, or form, do me a quick and simple favor. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, as well as turn on that notification bell where you're notified anytime that I drop some content. And while you're at it, please leave a like down below. It helps the algorithm, it helps my channel continue to grow, and it puts my content out for more and more people. Like I said, I'm back, y'all. I'm healthy. I appreciate all the prayers, all the people who are reaching out. Some of y'all who are just worried about me, and it's tough. I know you. Don't be mad at me, y'all. I be seeing the DMs, and I really look at them and not respond. I am terrible, especially the ones in my like requests. Like, I would literally look at a DM and I'll read it, and you can't see I read it, and I won't respond. But I do appreciate so many of y'all just reaching out to me, seeing if I'm okay, people checking in with me, people hitting me up on Snapchat or whatever. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm human just like anybody else. Sometimes I need a break from social media. I need a break from the internet. As y'all know, I don't care about the internet shit regardless. Like, I'm from the trenches. Like, at the end of the day, the internet is just a tool and a platform for me to continue to grow and expand and reach other people. So with that being said, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love those who love me. I'm back healthy and we back on the grind, man. And y'all gonna see my face for the rest of the year. So God forbid we stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? And we have no more issues with getting sick. But, you know, if anything, I'm gonna catch y'all back in the next video.